Hello again, friends. Thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 110. Excuse me. And with Triple Crown season upon us, the Kentucky Derby, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow. I thought it was fitting that I get Win, Place, and Show on the table. It's a recent purchase of mine. I did have a unboxing video a few videos back. And today we're going to do a replay of the 1973 Kentucky Derby. That was the 99th running of the race, and that was Secretariat's big day, as many of you I'm sure know. In this game, you're limited to 6 horses, so of course all the horses who were in the field that day are not represented in the game, but whoever made this decision at Avalon Hill to put these horses on the card, I would have to say I agree with I would say all 6 of them. Well, maybe 5 of them, but that doesn't really matter. This page from a program comes from All-Star Replay. I believe it was Volume 3, Number 2. And that's the race we're going to run today. If you're not familiar with this game, actually, before I get to that, let me talk a little bit about the horses. If you watched the unboxing video, you may have noticed that the number 6 horse, when I received it, was separated from its base. Well, I was able to repair it using crazy glue, but upon a closer look, I noticed that the blue horse was missing his tail. And I figured, well, at least he's still attached to the base. But I actually found the tail in one of the storage bags that the pieces of the game were held in. It was actually the bag with the dice and the play money. I found the piece of tail and was also able to reattach that. However, after handling these game pieces, these horses, I can see exactly why when you see this game available for resale, that often the horses are either damaged or they're not there. And that is because this plastic that they used is extremely brittle. I'm not sure what kind of plastic it is, but it's very, very brittle. And I could see how easy it would be to break one of these. So hopefully I'm going to try to take care of them, and hopefully that doesn't happen to me. Okay, just a quick overview of how this game plays before we get to the race. Each turn, 2 dice will be rolled, a red one and a white one. The white one will determine which horse moves first based on its number 1 through 6. So in this case, with the 2 and 3, Our Native would move first. And then we would go successively down the line, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then finally 1 for the first turn, and then we would roll again. Each horse is allotted a movement value for each turn, and those are in the boxes here. And also, each horse is given a bonus number. And if the bonus number would be rolled, like for example here, it would be a 1 and a 5, so Sham would go first, and the number is 6, and Sham actually has the bonus number 6. So for the first turn, Sham would move his 6 allotted for the first turn, plus the 1 for the white die, that would be 7, plus the 3 for the bonus, which would give him 10 that first turn. So that's how that works. A couple other things. When the horses are in the turns, they cannot change lanes, and the turns start at this color separating line right here. And there. So those are the 4 ends of the turns. You see some spaces have a dashed line going through them. They are called passing squares. And normally in this race, let's say the blue horse was here and the white horse was on one of these passing squares. Normally you would have to, the horse would have to make a diagonal move, and the horses can only move forward or diagonally. They cannot move side to side. But here in this case, to pass, or in a normal case I should say, to pass the black horse with the white horse, he would have to move diagonally to get by the black horse, and then he can either return to his lane or not. But since he is on a passing square, he is able to squeeze by the black horse in the same space, if you will. and then he can continue on from there. He can only do that. He can only pass one horse that way in a turn. So if there was another horse, let's say here, he could pass the black horse, squeezing by in the same block, but to pass the green horse, he would have to move diagonally to the outside and continue on, provided he has movement spaces left. Now, normally, well, in a race like this, being that it's a stakes race, all of these jockeys are veterans, so it doesn't come into play. But if any of the jockeys were apprentices, they are only allowed to move diagonally one space per turn, and they have to remain in that lane for the remainder of a turn. A veteran jockey can move 2 spaces out diagonally and, complete his move, and then he can actually return to his original lane, provided he has enough movement points left to do that. So that's how the movement goes in this game. I think I've covered everything. I'm not going to be concerned with any betting. I just want to test the mechanics of the actual race gameplay. So that's what we're going to do here, because I do have an upcoming project that's going to be starting sometime in the near future using this game that I'm calling the Octogenary, and I'll get to that in a later video. So let's see the horses in the field. Let's get started. So first, the red horse, number 1, that's Sham. The jockey is Lafayette Pincay Jr. Sham has a class of 75 and a speed of 68. Now, the way that's defined in this game, speed would be the ability of the horse to win a race using only the listed allotted, less than the listed allotted points. So in other words, there are 10 sets of points for 10 turns in this particular race, which of course is 1.25 miles. If Sham has his ability, I guess I should say, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. His ability, I should say, to win the race before using up all his points. That's where his speed rating comes from. His class rating would be his ability to win the race within the 10 turns that are allotted. So Sham is number 1 with Lafayette Pincay Jr. in the saddle, and he's going off at 5-2. The number 2 horse, which is the black horse, is Our Native. Donald Bloomfield is the jockey. His class is 70 and his speed is 64, and he's going off in this program at 10-1. Number 3, which is the blue horse, is going to be Royal and Regal. Walter Blum is the jockey, class of 65 and a speed of 62. He's the long shot at 30-1 in this field. Number 4 is Forgo, well-known horse from the 70s. He's the green horse. Pete Anderson's the jockey. Forgo has a class of 71 and a speed of 63, and he's going off at 20-1. Number 5 horse is Secretariat. Ronnie Turcotte's in the saddle, of course. Class of 78 and a speed of 70, and he's the favorite at 3-2. And the number 6 horse, which is the white one, named after the comedian Shecky Green. Adams is the jockey. I can't remember his first name right now. Larry Adams is the jockey, and his class is 66 with a speed of 63, and he is going off at 15-1. So they're all in the chute, and we're going to get ready to go here. I'm going to use these 2 colored pawns to keep track of which horse goes first and which horse we're on, and I also off screen have a marker on the 6-space auction block to keep track of what turn I'm on. All right, so the horses are all in the gate and they're off, and we roll a 3-2. So that means Royal and Regal is going to go first, and we've rolled a 5, and Forgo has the bonus. So Forgo will get the bonus 3 movement points in this turn. So we take the white die, which is 3. Royal and Regal has a 10 allowance for turn 1. That means he can move 13, and he's going to do just that. 13. So that's where he is. Next up would be Forgo. He gets 4 plus 3 for 7 plus the bonus 3 for 10. And Forgo is the green horse, so he's going to move 10. He's just going to come straight out there. Okay, next would be Secretariat. Now, Secretariat is a very slow starter, only gets 1 plus the 3 for 4. There's Secretariat. Now Shecky Green. Shecky Green gets 12 plus 3 for a total of 15. Next up would be Sham. Sham gets, you have to excuse me a second. Apologize about that. Okay, Sham gets 6 plus 3 on the white die for a total of 9. And lastly is our native. He gets 9 as well. 6 plus the 3, so he's just going to come right out here, and he's next to Sham. So that's turn 1. So we go to turn 2. So at the end of turn 1, Shecky Green is in the lead by 2 lengths over Royal and Regal, with Forgo in third. So here we go, turn 2, and it's a 3 again and a 5 again. So that means we're going to repeat the first turn. Royal and Regal will go first, and Forgo will get the bonus. So Royal and Regal in turn 2 gets 8 moves plus the 3 on the dice for 11. And he is the blue horse, so he's going to move 11. 10. And with his 11th move, he'll move diagonally into the rail. Okay, so next will be Forgo. Forgo gets 6 plus 3 for 9 plus the 3 bonus. That gives him 12, and he is the green horse. And he moves in 1 on his last move. Secretariat gets 4 this time, plus 3 for a total of 7. And he's going to move in there with his last point. Shecky Green gets 10 and 3 for a total of 13. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, next is Sham. He gets 6 again, plus 3 for 9. He's just going to come straight up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our native, he also gets 6 again for a total of 9, and he will just come up as in the previous turn, right there with Sham. And that is everyone. So we are completed turn 2. Now we go to turn 3. So at the end of turn 2, it's still Shecky Green in the lead by 1, 2, 3, 4 lengths over Royal and Regal. And in third would be Forgo. So here we go with turn 3. Now we roll a 5 and a 2 for a 7. So Secretariat's going to go first. And we rolled the 7. Secretariat's going to get the bonus here in turn 3. So we'll start here with Secretariat. In turn 3, Secretariat gets 6, plus 5 for 11, plus the 3 bonus for 14. 14. He moves in there. All right, so that's Secretariat's first turn. Now it's Shecky Green. Turn 3, he gets 10 plus 5 for 15. So he's going to go 1, 2, because he wants to make those diagonal moves before he goes into the turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's already mostly through the clubhouse turn at the end of turn 3. Has a pretty big lead over Secretariat. And the next horse will be Sham. He gets 8 in turn 3, plus 5 for 13. Now, he is not on a passing square, so he's going to have to do some maneuvering here. So he gets 13. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because he can return to his original lane as a veteran jockey. So he's at 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so that's Sham. Our Native also gets 8. He's the black horse. And he's going to do something similar. So he gets 8 plus 5 for 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they're right there. They are entering the clubhouse turn. Next is Royal and Regal. He also gets 8 plus 5 for 13. Royal and Regal is the blue horse. So he's going to have to do some maneuvering or forfeit his turn, but he's going to just have to go to the outside here. So he also gets 13. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Okay, and lastly will be Forego. Forego gets 7 plus 5 for 12. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there we are at the end of turn 3. And Shecky Green has built a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say a 6-length lead over Royal and Regal, who's in second, followed by Forego, who's 3 lengths back from Royal and Regal as we complete turn 3. So now we're going to turn 4. And we roll a 6 with a 4. So that means Forego is going to go first. And the bonus number is a 6. And that belongs to Sham. So we'll have to remember that when we get to Sham. So now we're in turn 4. Forego is going to go first. He gets 7 allotted plus the 4 for 11. Now he has a serious problem here. He cannot, well, he luckily is on a passing square, so he can squeeze by Royal and Regal. So that's what he's going to have to do. So he gets 4 plus 7 for 11. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And he's exiting the clubhouse turn into the backstretch. Okay, next would be Secretariat. Turn 4, he gets 7 plus 4 for 11. So Secretariat is not on a passing square, so he's going to have to come to the outside. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And right now he's right behind Royal and Regal. Okay, next is Shecky Green. Turn 4, he gets 8 plus 4 for 12. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's out of the turn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's in the middle of the backstretch. Now up to Sham, who we have to remember gets the bonus. He gets 8 by the program, plus 4 for 12, plus 3 for a total of 15. And he's just going to ride the rail. 1, 2. So he's into the backstretch, completed the clubhouse turn on turn number 4. Next would be Our Native. Turn 4, he gets 8. Our Native is the black horse, so he gets 8 plus 4 for a total of 12. So he's almost completed the clubhouse turn. And lastly will be Royal and Regal. He gets 7 plus 4 for a total of 11. And he is the green horse. Or excuse me, he is not the green horse, he's the blue horse. So 7 and 4 for a total of 11. And he is on a passing square, so we have to keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So After turn 4, most of the horses have completed the clubhouse turn, although Secretariat's way back. And right now, Shecky Green is still in the lead. He's in the middle of the backstretch. In second now is Sham, who is 7 lengths behind, and 1 length behind Sham is Royal and Regal as we head to turn 5. Okay. And we roll a 6 and 5 for 11. Shecky Green's going to go first, and the 11 does not belong to anyone. So in turn 5, Shecky Green goes 6 plus the 6 for the die for a total of 12. And he's right there. My board's a little crooked here because of my table. All right, so Shecky Green has completed his move. Next is Sham. In turn 5, he gets 10 plus the 6 for a total of 16. He's 2 lengths behind Shecky Green. Our native in turn 5 gets 6 plus 6 for 12. And he is the black horse. He's going to move 12. So he's in the middle of the back stretch on the rail. Next is Royal and Regal, the blue horse. Turn 5, he gets 7 plus 6 for 13. Moves in 1 on his last movement. Now we have Forgo, the green horse. And on turn 5, he gets 7 plus 6 for 13. He's going to stay in the lane he's in. And lastly is Secretariat. In turn 5, he gets 10 and 6 for a total of 16. 14, 15, 16. He's moving in 1 here so he can get on that passing space. And if he could possibly come up first in the next turn, that's some of the strategy that is potentially involved in here. He might be able to maneuver through here. Okay, so that is turn 5. Now we go to turn 6. And turn 6, before we go to turn 6, at the end of turn 5, it is still Shecky Green in the lead, 2 lengths over Sham. And then in third place is Royal and Regal, who is 1, 2, 3, 4 lengths behind Sham. Here we go, turn 6. We roll a 3-3. So that's going to be Royal and Regal going first. And the bonus number is a 6, so that'll be Sham again. But we start with Royal and Regal, and in turn 6, he gets 7 plus 3 for a total of 10. And he's the blue horse. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I couldn't move in diagonally because you cannot occupy a space directly in front of another horse. So unfortunately for, actually no, I can do it here because we're not in the turn yet. So he comes out to here and he's going to move into the rail right there. All right, so that is Royal and Regal. Next would be Forgo. And in turn 6, he gets 8 plus 3 for 11. And he is the black horse. So he is not on a passing square. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so that's Forgo. Secretariat in turn 6 gets 10 plus 3 for 13. And he is on a passing square. 1, 2, 11. He is going to stop. He's not going to use all his moves. He is going to stop on this passing square here. Now you can stop your turn early, no more than 3 moves early to land on a passing square. So in other words, having Secretariat in this turn had 13, he could use as little as 10 to stop on a passing square. If he wanted to do that after using 9 moves, it would not be allowed. But he can do what he just did here. So he is there. Now we go to Shecky Green. And Shecky Green is not on a passing square. And in this turn, turn 6, he gets 6 plus 3 for a total of 9. So what he's going to have to do, actually, he is kind of in a bad spot. Well, no, he's not, because we're not into the turn yet. So he gets a total of 9, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's forced to stay out there because he couldn't come back in. Well, let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. He can move in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I was mistaken on the first one. So he's in the far turn and against the rail. So now we go to Sham, and remember, Sham gets the bonus. We are in turn 6. Sham moves 9 plus 3 for 12 plus another 3 for 15. Here he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, 10. He's going to stay there. He's only going to use 10 because he wants to stay on that passing square, and hopefully he's hoping he will go first next turn or before some of these other horses that he can squeeze by at least one of them. All right, so that's Sham. And lastly will be Our Native, and he gets 6 plus 3 for 9. And Our Native is the black horse, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got, at the end of that turn, we got 3 horses in the far turn, and we head to turn 7. So right now, at the end of turn 6, it's still Shecky Green, and he's 2 lengths ahead Sham, and also Our Native. All right, so now we go to turn 7, and we roll a 6 and a 1. See, that does work out for Sham. So Sham is going to go first, and he's going to get the bonus again. So that works out really well for him. So here in turn 7, we'll just move this out of the way a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He gets 9 plus 1 for 10 plus 3 for the bonus for a total of 13. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. And he's at the top of the stretch. Okay, next is Our Native, and in turn 7, Our Native gets 6 plus 1 for a total of 7. He's the black horse. Now he's stuck in this lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Royal and Regal, who is the blue horse. Turn 7, he gets 6 plus 1 for 7. 4. Well, let's see. 1, 2. He's going to have to move out to use up all of his points. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's right there. And Forgo is next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He gets 8 plus 1 for 9. And Forgo is the green horse. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Secretariat, turn 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets 12. And unfortunately, it's only a 1 for him, so that's going to be a total of 13. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he was on a, on a passing square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It doesn't matter because he can't catch up to Royal and Regal. And we have Shecky Green. And here in turn 7, he gets 4 plus 1 for 5. So he's kind of petering out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as he did in the 1973 Kentucky Derby. All right, so that completes turn 7. We move to turn 8. We are coming down into the home stretch. And it's a 4-2 for a 6, and it's going to be another bonus for Sham. And it's going to be Forgo, who will go first here in turn 8. He's going to go 8 plus 4 for 12. So Forgo is going to move down 1, 2, 3. And he ends up on a passing square in the middle of the far turn. All right, so next would be Secretariat. He moves 10 plus 4 for 14. Now, he is not on a passing square, so he is stuck there. Unfortunately for Ronnie Turcotte, that's probably going to be it for Secretariat. He has to forfeit his move. Unfortunately, next is Shecky Green, and Shecky Green in turn 8 is 3, 6, 4 plus 4 for 8. Shecky Green is not in a passing square, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's stuck right there, 5. This is where the strategy comes in. Okay, now we have Sham, and in turn 8, Sham gets 3, 6, 7. He gets 7 plus 4 for 11 plus the bonus for a total of 14. And he's already in the lead out here. So 1, 2, 3, 13. He is deep in the stretch, and he is 1 length away or 2 lengths away from the finish line. So looks like it's going to be Sham's day. All right, so next is Our Native, and in turn 8, he gets a 6 plus 4 for a total of 10, and he is the black horse. So he's at the top of the stretch. And lastly, this turn will be Royal and Regal. And Royal and Regal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He gets a 5 plus 4 for 9, and he's the blue horse. So he's coming out of the far turn. All right, so now we move to turn 9. And it looks like Sham's speed will probably take him across the finish line. Well, I'm sure it will. And he will not have used up all of his movement allowance. So here we are, turn 9. And we roll a 2, 2. That means Our Native is going to go first. The bonus number is a 4. And that belongs to Shecky Green. So we'll have to remember that. But here we are in turn 9. And Our Native is going to move 8. Plus 2 for 10. All right, so Our Native is the black horse. He's going to move 10. Just behind Sham, who has not moved yet. Next will be Royal and Regal, and he gets 4 plus 2 for 6. He is the blue horse. Next is Forgo. He gets 8 plus 2 for 10. He is the green horse. He is on a passing square. 7, 8, 9. So he passes by Shecky Green. Shecky Green is also on a passing square, so he may be able to get by Forgo. Secretariat gets a 10 and 2 for 12. So he's coming out of the far turn as well, but still bringing up the rear. Next is Shecky Green, and remember Shecky Green gets the bonus. He gets 3 plus 2 for 5 plus the bonus 3 for a total of 8. He is in a passing square. 1, 2. And lastly would be Sham. He gets 7 here in turn 9, plus 2 for 9. So Sham wins the race, and the reason that is, he is the only horse to have crossed the finish line at the completion of a turn. If more horses had passed, the horse who had moved the furthest past the finish line would win. And there's some tiebreakers that you would use in there. The last horse to reach the tie-breaking spot would win the race. But we got our winner of the 99th Kentucky Derby, and it's not Secretariat. it's Sham. Okay, so that is the end of turn 9. Now we go to turn 10. Can Secretariat recover? I don't think so. It's a 2, which is going to be our native again, and a 6 is the bonus number. That's Sham, so that doesn't really matter any longer because Sham has already won the race. Now our native, it gets 6 plus 2 for a total of 8. He's the black horse. So we keep him there, see if anyone else crosses the finish line in this turn. Next is Royal and Regal. He gets a 3 plus 2 for 5. He is the blue horse. So he's not going to finish this turn. Forgo gets 8 plus 2 for 10. He is the green horse. He is not on a passing square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has also not crossed the finish line yet. Secretariat gets 8 plus 2 for a total of 10. He is not on a passing square. He's coming onto the outside there. Shecky Green gets 3 plus 2 for 5. And Sham is out of the race, or he has finished the race, so he has won. So at the completion of turn 10, we have our place horse, and that is our native. Okay, so now we go to turn 11. Now, any turns past the allotted movement points, you use the last set of movement points. So in this case, there are 10 turns listed on the card. We're going to continue to use column 10, I guess you'd say. All right, so here we go with turn 11. And it's a 4, 5. That's a total of 9. It means our native is going to get the bonus points. Okay, so we got to remember that. So Forgo, he gets 8 plus 4 for 12. So he has crossed the finish line as well. Secretariat gets 8 plus 4 for 12. So Secretariat has finished, but he will not catch Forgo. Shecky Green gets 3 and 4 for a total of 7. Sham has won the race. Our native is finished second. So it doesn't really matter about the bonus points that I mentioned. Our native is already placed in this race. And lastly will be Royal and Regal. He's the blue horse. He gets 3 plus 4 for a total of 7. So he has not crossed the finish line yet. So finishing third and showing will be Forgo. Fourth, Secretariat. Very disappointing. Probably due to some bad jockeying moves by me or Ron Turcotte. All right, Secretariat finishes 4th. And Shecky Green finishes 5th. And we'll roll the last turn for Royal and Regal. And he rolls a 4. So we get 2 plus 3 for 5. And Royal and Regal crosses the finish line. So there you have it. Sham blows Secretariat away in this one. And Shecky Green, you know, just like in the real race, he performed very similarly, excuse me, you know, went out to built a big lead, but then lost all of his gas, and he ended up finishing 5th. So it's Sham, our native, Forgo, Secretariat, Shecky Green, and bringing up the rear is Royal and Regal. So there you go. I might have made a mistake here or there, who knows, but it was a pretty fun race. The horses did kind of start coming together here into the home stretch, and I will be back in the future with another replay video. And also remember, coming down the line, I'm going to start Project using Win, Place, and Show. And until then, until the next video, I should say, take care.